Alright. Hello everyone, this is Night Quarter. First time I ever tried one of these videos. I should say making of a video like this. It's gonna be a review for Spider-Man 2. Not sure how this is gonna turn out. I don't know. Finished the game a couple days ago. Just want to get my thoughts on it. Uh, just real quick, just cause of it. I enjoyed it, but I don't think it deserves all the praise it's getting, if that makes sense. It's really good if you're a fan of Spider-Man. We'll see. Uh, Should be a quick video. I ain't planning on making a long one. First thing, gameplay, great. Absolutely loved the web slinging. Combat was great. Loved it all. Nothing nothing wrong there. It's probably the strongest part of this entire game. Especially when you turn the web assist off for web swinging. Um, story now to the story. My main issues are Kraven and Venom stole the show from me. Specifically, up until Kraven's death. That is when I thought the story was pretty good until then. Um, Biggest gripe with it, Miles, in my opinion, does not fit in. I think this could have been a much better story if they had focused solely on Peter, or just Peter's side of things, and fleshed it out more. Maybe introduce Miles towards the end, or latter half, just have him tag along, But I think it should have been a Peter-centric one instead of just having Miles have some plotline. Um, let's see what I was like. It's story-wise, the whole thing with Venom. I don't know. To me, it was cool seeing it, but it was ultimately a letdown. One, I wish they could play as Venom more. They need to just have that in general. That's just a side thing. I would much rather play as Venom, or much rather have a whole full game as Venom, essentially. But like what is it? I remember whenever they were discussing their Venom and how it was going to be different from every other Venom we've seen, and personally, it wasn't. As a, unless y'all watched the Ultimate Spider-Man TV show on back in the day, like Disney XD or whatever. It crappy show, but if you like Spider-Man, it was Spider-Man. Um, what was it? Yeah, nah. If you like that show, then you know on that show Harry was also Venom. Same thing. But trying to see, in this game though, for what I thought they were about to do when they were having the fight with Miles and Peter was make Kraven Venom. I think that would have been way more interesting as an idea. Since he's got cancer, he's trying to find someone to fight him. He gets a symbiote, the cancer's gone, he's fixed. Could have been way better. But then we get to the Venom stuff, where he's got the whole meteorite and everyone's got null and stuff, or the null symbol on their head. All the symbiotes do, and in my opinion, they should have just went all out there instead of just having Venom be the big bad. Have Null come in. Like, just flat out, have Null come in, Venom calls him in. Like, this guy's gonna help me heal the world, or whatever. That could have been a much, I don't know, if they were gonna go all out like they did and went really just crazy with the Venom stuff, they should have just threw that in there right at the end. Just a surprise villain. Or they could have done like a Venom and Goblin scenario, or like I don't know, what is it? Like have Harry get the Goblin serum, but then he's kind of is changing him a little bit, and then he gets the suit back. If they want to do it that way, and make Harry the Goblin have like kind of like the Red Goblin from the newer comics, but instead of Carnage, make it Venom with the Goblin. Could have done that there. The other letdown to me personally was the Cletus Cassidy stuff. One of the missions bugged out. I'll get to bugs in a little bit, but I just it it was a letdown. That whole quest line was kind of a letdown. I know it was set up for Carnage, but they should have had Carnage in this, or like yeah, like I said, maybe not Null, then have the Carnage symbiote kind of come in, or break Venom free. Because right now, as it is, or as it stands, Venom is gone, just kaput. He's gone, turned to dust. But that stuff's there. I don't want to get too far into it. I'll keep getting sidetracked and stuff. Let's see. Oh, last thing I'll say about the Venom stuff. It, if you haven't played Web of Shadows or Spider-Man Web of Shadows, the entire plot line of Venom taking over the city was done there, and in my opinion, it was done better because it didn't have the null stuff. If they had put in the null things, it would have made this one better. But since they put in the null stuff, just like, oh hey, a hint, oh look at this reference, it kind of takes away from, to me, it took away from the whole Venom being the big bad, because it's just like, okay, Venom's there. I got excited when he was on screen. I didn't get, you know, it wasn't like, oh man, I really wonder what he's gonna do. How's he gonna mess up, destroy the city? It's nothing like Doc Ock in their last game. Nothing like that at all. They did a much better job on the story in that game in general. I think overall, I think it's the better game, anyways. Well, I don't know. Gameplay wise, this one's better, but you know what I mean. Um, but yeah, no, it was just a straight rip off of Web of Shadows, and I don't know what. I don't know. I've watched a couple reviews, but no one's really mentioned that. Don't get me wrong, love the city being covered in symbiote. I wish I could go back to it, but as it stands, it just turns back to day, and they took out features from the last game where you could change the time of day. Wish they'd put that back in. I wish they never got rid of it to begin with, but that's a different, that's another side tangent. Um, Next thing, bunch of the forced content and like pandering to politics and stuff. I'm like, I don't know. I never like that stuff in my games. I never do. The I don't know, the gay prom quest. Hated that quest. I literally just took my headset off and I barely. It took me like an hour to finish it just because I thought I would. It was just dialogue and I would just sitting there looking at my phone. But then they changed Black Cat to be bi or lesbian. She was never like that before in the comics. Never. You know, or in all of Spider-Man history, this must have been like a past few years or something that did that. Past couple of years, but like the Black Cat that I know was never like that. It was just one of Peter's love interests. And again, what was it? Web of Shadows did that relationship better, hands down. Now, oh, and that let's see, what else there was? There was the gun. Uh, there was like gun jokes or jokes. I say with quotation marks. They weren't even funny. It just felt that those jokes felt forced completely. Um, it just again pandered to certain politics and stuff, and it's like the Middle Eastern version of this game doesn't have any kind of gay bullcrap in it at all. Nowhere to be seen. But in this game, I could swing down a block and see a building painted a rainbow color, or whatever the pedophile crap is. Like I know they got their own flag and people, yeah, that whole bull stuff. It's just stupid. Trying to not say too many words so this we don't get flagged or anything, but oh, let's see. Oh, what else? Oh, another point. It felt like this game, since they had Miles in it, it just felt like they were just trying to knock Peter down the entire time. I mean, like the entire time. It's just like Peter. Oh, like in the old stuff, Peter was able to get the symbiote by himself. This time, he just gives into it pretty much, or almost pretty much just gives into it. The other games he fights a little bit more, or he fights more to get it off. But it was like they're just trying to replace it with Miles, because like anytime Pete Pete gets beaten up, and then Miles comes to rescue him, and then Pete gets beat up again, and then Miles comes to rescue him, and Miles never gets beaten up. You know, not really. Never gets taken down at all. Besides, well, like there's one scorpion thing, but like besides that, again, Miles Miles's story just felt like they were just trying to, oh, like, hey, this is the real Spider-Man. And then even at the end of the game, what they pretty much practically said, Pete basically semi-retired. It's like Miles has inherited the title and everything. It's just, oh, not to mention his new suit at the end of the game. Hate it. It's the dumbest looking thing. Why you would have your hair sticking out, I don't know. I mean, I could easily someone could just grab it. I know it's a game and stuff, but it's just like, at least with the regular spider suit, like the one on screen you're looking at, there's not no like loose objects for them to grab. You know, no hair, no necklaces, nothing like that. But that's about all I was gonna have to say. Oh, that, and then they made MJ ugly. Don't know why they did it. She don't look good at all. Again, if they didn't do bullcrap with Black Cat, would have said Peter should just stick with her. Because I mean, I liked MJ in the first one. The stealth missions were okay in this game. I mean, like I didn't care for them. I wish they were gone anyways. Especially the deaf one. The deaf mission was absolutely mind-numbing. It took you out of the experience completely, and I wish I could skip it. And if you can, I didn't know how. Let's see. Yeah, no, MJ but ugly in this game. I don't know what it is. I think if it's the same character model like they said, they need to go back to that old hairstyle. Maybe she'll look better. But it does not do her any favors whatsoever. Um. So, last thing I was gonna say, bugs. Dear Lord, I ran into some bugs. Like nothing. I had one big crash, and it was in the Black Cat mission. And then besides that, I had some graphical issues. I had one bug where I fell through the world, where scaffolding. I pulled scaffolding down on top of me, and then another one where I pulled scaffolding down on top of a car, and then they merged together. That was funny. And then the Black Cat mission, as Miles is chasing Felicia, the entire city disappeared. All I could see was fire escapes, and that was it. Just nothing else. Like I could see just little things here and there to try and figure out which way I was going, but that was terrible. But I don't know. I could talk about this all day, honestly. It just I keep thinking of new ideas of how they could have made a better story. Because to me, it just felt rushed. Like honestly, it didn't feel cohesive. It was just kind of like, oh, well, here's Sandman. It felt like they just no, I shouldn't say redo the first game. Intro kind of feels like that, but that's that's just there, it's whatever. I didn't really care for the Sandman boss fight. It was cool. It was a cool spectacle fight, but that's about it. Um, Lizard. He yeah, could forget he's in there. He pops up for what, 2, 3 missions at that. And the same thing with Venom. Like I wish the Venom fight, I wish the Venom mission where you get to play as him lasted way longer. And I wish you could explore the city as Venom. And they decided to do that on that in the future. Cool. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm gonna go back to skins or real quick. We got hold on. Let's see. Like I said, what was it? Yeah, Venom should have had more stuff for him. Venom was not that big of a threat in my opinion. He wasn't that heavily involved. Like you barely saw him, especially for being marketed. Venom's there. But let's see, what was the other thing? Suit wise, yes. Why they didn't give us an Agent Venom suit when they literally showed it to us with Harry, I don't know. I'll be honest, what is it, that the Emily May Foundation or whatever, little side quest, I thought that was where you were gonna get the suit. Just really hoping. And then, God, all the suits for Peter sucked. He had like 11 suits from movies, and like 7 of them were from the Disney Marvel movies. I personally do not like Tom Holland Spider-Man. And the fact that there was no other real like unique suits in the game besides like the 3 symbiote suits. I don't know, everything was just red and blue. I don't mind it, but then like you have the powers and stuff, and once you get to the end of the game, they're you either got the white symbiote powers for Pete, or you've got spider arms. And which the spider arms don't even change colors for some skins. So like the Antioch suit, well, it would be really cool if you had like Doc Ock arms, something just simple like that. They're not. There's just white spider arms that don't even match the suit, or like the base Doc or Antioch suit, you know. But either way, let's see. Final opinion: the gameplay wise is great. Loved it. Um, would I recommend this to anyone? No. Would I recommend it to a Spider-Man and specifically a heavy Venom fan? Yes. I think Spider-Man, if you like Spider-Man a good bit and you love Venom, because once the Venom does take over the city, that was my favorite part of the game. Because I just love the way the city looked, the fact you could swing off the tendrils going across the sky. Awesome. But other than that, you know, there was not much in this game that was really memorable. Okay, yeah, there wasn't much in this game. The only things that really stand out: playing as Venom, the Rickroll high school scene, uh, Craven. Craven was a cool standout. The Venom fight scene, and then I guess the final fight with Venom. I don't know, or seeing the city taking over. That was one. Like maybe the final fight with Venom. Even that, I feel like the boss fights in this game weren't anything to write home about. I had on spectacular the entire time, and it wasn't even that difficult to be honest. It was just kind of like, oh, I kind of just tuned out the entire time in terms of combat. For me personally, the web swing is what really carried the game for me because I could just you know, start swinging around the city, kind of get lost and have fun, you know. But I said it in the day, yeah. Again, if I was to buy this game, if I was to buy this game, I would wait until it was like $15. Would have split the difference. I was gonna say 20 to 10, but just say 15. That's just me. I do not think it's worth 70 at all. It all just depends on how big of a Spider-Man fan you are. Truly. Like I mean, because if you don't know a lot of like, especially even with the Null stuff, like if you didn't pay attention to like the comics, really recent or semi-recent comics with Null, you'd have no clue what the symbol on their face means or why Carnage is gonna be Null related, or like his cult and stuff like that. So, oh, and then not to mention the setup at the end of the story. It's kind of lame compared to compared to the first game they did. Like they showed off all Cindy Moon, Silk's coming in, possible inheritors reference. So Spider-Verse stuff maybe. We'll see. That would be cool. I'm not gonna lie. But that's my point there is if they did that, why couldn't they have just done Nolan this game and then went to, you know, in their third game, Spider-Verse, go all out. And I mean all out. And have inheritors versus the spider people where when you change the skin it changes the voice actor. So like the Nicolas Cage. Spider-Man Noir. You'd have him voicing that character, or stuff, vice versa. Yuri Lowenthal absolutely loved him in this game. He's a great voice actor, but I feel like I don't know, this game just puts down Peter so much, in my opinion. Like it, and then probably one thing that ticked me off right from the beginning, it was watching the, like, previously on, and there wasn't even a mention of Ben for Peter in his, like, I don't know, introduction per se. Get introduced to Mabe, like, you could have just said the line at least. Great, with great power comes great responsibility. That's like the number one Spidey line. But I don't know. That's just my 2 cents on this game. Again, if you like Spider-Man and Venom specifically, you probably want to play it. It's definitely a fun game to play. Is it the greatest story in the world? No. I think they could have done way better. But Craven stole the show for me, I think, in terms of, like, villain wise. Because once Venom got introduced, once they made Venom the villain, like after he killed Craven, it didn't really stick. It was like they kept, every time I saw Craven, it's like, man, they really freaking hyped this dude up. This dude way tougher than not you would ever think, because it used to be like I don't know, just a side joke character that no one really cared for. But consider me a big Craven fan now, like from this game. And nice little tidbit in one of the stealth missions. I like how out of everyone before he fought, turned the or made the Doc Connors turn back into the Lizard, Shocker was the one that gave him a fight the most. He about lost to Shocker, and that I like that. Shocker's one of my favorite Spidey villains. I do like him. But yep. Hope y'all enjoyed listening to me talk about this. Um, Let me know if how y'all feel about this game. Again, I enjoyed it. Not my favorite Spidey game though, in terms of story. The story was a letdown to me. It was just all over the place, and not it just didn't mesh well. That's a good way to put it. But thank y'all for watching. Hope you have a good one.